All right. Ding ding. Well, better than closing at 47.20, I suppose. What a stupid end of day. Thoughts for the low on next week? Hmm, not sure, but I think the breakdown today is kind of good. Obviously, I'd like to see, especially QQQ breakdown much further, and that's yet to happen. Fed speakers were kind of all over the place today, and who was it that kind of messed everything up at the end? One of them was kind of dovish, where he sees like rate cuts coming at the end of the year. Goolsbee and the other guy were not. I think it was like Goolsbee and Bostic. Goolsbee was the dovish one because he didn't rule out the possibility of cutting rates in March, whereas Bostic did, and then there's someone else that spoke today. Yeah, then Williams. Yeah, Williams and Bostic were pretty hawkish. There, I kicked it off, Bithead. Welcome to Court of Shine, guys. All right, so yeah, we're still looking at those key levels 16.8, 16.775 for NQ. Yes, we want to see 67.55 breakdown before we can get anything further. I think it's a good sign that we didn't hold a higher level here, and that futures continued to sell off. We have the Bank of Japan decision on their monetary policy next Monday, and obviously that's going to be very important given the rumor is currently they're going to be moving to a positive interest rate and getting rid of yield curve control as their current monetary policy. I guess we'll start with the memes. We got GME failing a little bit today. I did mention that it looked super liquid. I don't think that GME is seeing any covering except from rising indexes. Although there does appear to be a little bit of unresolved liquidity on XRT. If that's really a big issue, we may see that get resolved into next week with the XRT rebalancing, and then after that, GME will probably be done. Upstart pulling back a little bit today, but still sitting above Gamma Max, still a liquid, still probably not worth playing anything on. Tentatively, it's ground out enough that I might consider going short next week. Maybe just like some credit spreads with theta, but nothing too serious yet. And some of the Fed indications around not getting rate cuts as soon as we think could be kind of bearish here as well, especially because of how much it affects their business model. Fubo keeps making higher lows, and honestly, I think it's almost illiquid enough that it could just run. I think if we have positive interest in Russell next week, there's a chance that Fubo breaks up. Obviously, my expectations are way more heavily to the downside just because Fubo generally doesn't run that hard very often, but it's really on the cusp of that. And yeah, I think more positive pressure in Russell, which it managed to dodge today, but more positive pressure in Russell could really see it run. So if we got a strong T+2 Monday, Tuesday on indexes, I think Fubo might be a beneficiary of that. Siri pulling back a little, still holding above trend. I still haven't really dug into the merger deal there, so I don't know what's going on or how that's going to affect shorts. But I'll try to get a look into that over this weekend, and I'll write something up for those of you guys that are interested on the Discord or on Twitter or something like that. Not interested in Macy's. Top's getting shorted again. Still very illiquid. It's starting to get broadly more volatile within its range. It's peaking at higher highs. This is set up to run. I don't know how much it's going to, right? Obviously, there's a lot of covering that needs to be done, but that doesn't mean that there's a lot of covering that will be done. Some exposure with theta here at the $2 could probably be profitable at some point. Beyond shorted pretty hard into close. They clawed back some liquidity, but it still doesn't look very good for them. There's a lot. We got the new FTD report here, so there's a lot of forced settlement moving forward. FTDs start compounding, so you start seeing in the second half of November we start to see fail to volume ratios in excess of 100%. That can start driving cyclical price improvement Very similar to what we saw on, Revlon going into its big run, and then also kind of similar to like GME and Bobby, when those started to fail very, very heavily. But I do think shorts are very much underwater here, and I do expect them to fight back if IWM drops next week and indexes are weak. Expect them to get some liquidity and drag this out longer, right? And so if they're going to drag it out longer, you're going to want to have theta on your exposure. So keep that in mind. But I still think it looks very good, and obviously the compounding FTDs are exciting. That's about it. I guess from a technical standpoint, if we go out to the weekly here, we have closed this week without testing the upper range, actually closing a bit below it. That could be an indication of a reversal. On the daily, it definitely looks like one, but there's a long way to go to confirm that. The most important levels are probably going to be here at the trend, which is roughly 46.75, and then here at 46.37 and 4600. If it starts to break those over the course of next week, that may start to confirm a downtrend on the weekly. And the monthly has a long way to go before it looks even remotely bearish. On the monthly, we're very much in neutral territory and very close to breaking into a bullish range on SPX, which is up here. So the bearish range destroyed this week. This was the last bastion for that on the monthly chart. And so a close of December into Jan below 45.42 would be the first level where you could get a confirmation of a shift in trend. But right now on the monthly, SPX still looks very bullish from a technical perspective, at least. That's about it. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you Sunday for the member stream at 12:30. And I will have Pickles Picks out Sunday night. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. Have a good one, guys. Later.